Just as I thought, it's a two-way...
Can any...
Dwayne, this is George.
Holy cow! George! How you doing?
I'm good, Dwayne, and don't you worry, I'll have you...
You reckon you can get the...
No, the console isn't working properly. I've got no idea why not.
George, this is Pearl. Get Kat to help you. She knows everything about
Cat?
the cable car operator.
There was no lock, but the door wouldn't open.
Go away!
Hello?
Josh,
Are you all right in there?
just go away.
Cat? Wait, please, we mean...
I'm staying right here until I know.
Cat? I found...
How do you know my name?
Kat, dear.
Pearl? How did you?
Listen, darling, it really is me. George here is a...
I'm not gonna fall for that.
All right. Remember we discussed...
Yeah?
How does it go now? I am the very...
Of information, vegetable, animal, and mineral.
I know the kings of England, and I quote the...
From Marathon to Waterloo in order category. I'm very good in integral and...
I know the scientific names of...
In short, it matters vegetable, animal, and mineral.
I am the very model of a mod...
All right, only Pearl would know that, and I trust her. Who are you?
I'm George, and this is Nico. How did you end up...
There were some guys with guns. They took over.
We're trying to avoid them too.
I was quite surprised, you know. They never mentioned guns at the job interview.
Really? We need to use the...
Yeah, if the console was working, but
And there's no way to get it...
there might be. See that burned out fuse down there?
In the back by the prongs?
Yeah, the idiots stuck a spanner in there and blew the fuse. They wanted to make sure no... Connect those two prongs somehow, and the console...
How on earth are we going to reach that?
I don't know. But don't stick your arm in there. You'll get...
Wire would be a good way to shortcut the prongs. I needed a... It was the only area that was safe for me to touch. Anywhere else would have given me one hell... The paperclip would do the trick, but I didn't want to just throw it in there. I might miss. They didn't go together. Not a snowball's chance. That wouldn't make... No one was...
Anybody?
Nothing of it. Hi,
Yeah.
Catchy. And you...
No.
So, what do you do when you aren't...
I'm a...
Oh, I knew...
Josh?
Of course.
Yeah.
So, what...
There's a little chapel called Santa Co...
Did those guys go down there?
Nah, I think they settled for closing down the...
How do you know Pearl?
She...
You seem like old friends.
Oh, no.
How come you know about repairing?
I like to know what I'm working with.
Got any ideas how I'm...
Don't you have something useful?
Yep. She wouldn't be impressed. Would you like to talk?
No, thank you. Let's just...
No one was mad.
Anybody?
Any ideas on how to reach those prongs?
Oh, if only we had some rub.
I should have asked.
Well, you can't take everything, George.
The cables were suspended in a huge contraption that ran. The wheels were part of the cable. Strawberry jam was smeared. That kind. The box was mangled. The thought of Trevor armed with a paper, but I had no way to attach it to him. Well, that didn't work. Trevor could help. I set him down at the edge. I realized if Trevor could carry the paperclip, then he... But the... That would... Well, I'd done stranger things in my life. I stuck the paperclip onto Trevor's back. Good boy! Nope. I needed to electric... Go, Trevor, go! Poor Trevor looked like he needed therapy, but the console was working. The console!
Cool. I can see... Let me just bring the cable car up here.
Pearl and Dwayne are going to be mighty relieved.
Oh, they must have been going down in the other cable car.
Come on, Nico. There's no... As we got closer to the face in the rock, I knew for sure that we were on the right track. It was definitely the same as the face in the painting, but with one difference. The symbol of the tabula was missing from the rock form. Well, here we are.
But no way to reach the face. Let's have a look around. There had to be a way to... The door was locked without... No. Georges, the chapel...
You're right.
I wonder, how old do you think the chapel is?
I'm guessing the exterior's a couple of 100 years old, but the inside? Who knows? Some parts could be much older.
You think somehow this chapel might be...
At a guess, Hey, look! It's Pearl and Dwayne.
Come on, honey bun. Things ain't that bad.
You just don't Today's been a...
But,
The monastery. We got stuck. And now this place.
aw, sweetie pie.
This was supposed to be the spiritual highlight of our trip, Dwayne. But the only spirit I see is that rotten turpentine over there.
Aw, heck.
Clearly, the Hendersons weren't having a great vacation. It was a stone carving. It was an old wood shavings. This was... A battered or... The scaffolding... Everything rattled. It made a surprisingly dulcet noise. It produced a dull sound when I rapped my knuckle against it. It produced a dull sound. It produced a dull sound. Pearl. Shh. Great to see you again, Mr.
Great work.
Is Pearl okay?
I wish.
Is there anything we can do?
I sure as hell hope so. She's been planning and researching this trip for years. And Santa Cova Chapel here was not a thing she don't know about this place. Madonna, blah, blah, blah. She's Santa Cova's very own walking encyclopedia.
So what brings...
Pearl's eye. Ever since the unfortunate car accident, gotta be full of what? Got to have penance potential.
Well, I'm sure this place will be very spiritual. Once it's...
If the chapel is not what she expected, how about the...
Hot dog, no. That place is...
You said she expected a...
No, that's what the pilgrimages, little monk fella.
Smells, bells, and heavenly light.
Yeah.
What have you been up to since...
Well, there was that, but we can't talk about that. You know why, George.
I do?
Why?
Tops.
Need to know, Nick. Dwayne is,
Don't you mean...
No way, honey. A snoozer's at least, anyway, I don't believe I've had the pleasure, Miss,
Nicole Collar?
Well, how's about that? So this... No wonder you've been hiding her away.
Gosh, no.
It's lovely to finally meet... Georges has told me so.
Oh, call me Dwayne, my dear. Everything you've heard is...
Dwayne was loud, large, and short-sighted, but boy was he a charmer.
Oh, excuse me.
Pearl could be a mine of information about... If we could just... The view over the valley... The hammer produced a... That sounded like an A.
What are you?
Look! I made a B, if I wasn't mistaken. That didn't sound... G. Wrong. A. A. B. G. A. B. G. Well, that was fun. My mother always said cleanliness. That would... She probably wouldn't care. I didn't want to set my pants. I sprayed the shavings with delightful. It didn't. That would... Nope. That would... I lit the candle. I put the scented... I lit the scented shavings. I poured the turpentine. The hammer produced a F sharp. F sharp. A. Well. The hammer produced A, F sharp, G, F sharp, G, B. A, F. Oh, I was. G, F sharp, G, A. That wasn't it. G, F, G, B. A, G. I had it. It was the.
George, let me have a...
Wow. You really.
Yup, this mop. Leave this to me.
I rested the side mirror. I rested the. I secured the. That. Now that was something. The light from the candelabra spit waves of spirit.
Pumpkin. Oh,
What?
the sound of vapor lights and the smell of pie. And
Yes?
I do believe tears. Wrong side.
my precious.
Well, I feel my soul. We can get on with our...
Just another.
Pearl was back to her usual cheery self. Mrs. Henderson,
George.
how you feel?
Oh, just fine. I have just seen a miracle, George.
I'm sure it is, Mrs. Henderson. So, Pearl, what have you been...
Well, George,
Oh, really?
a spiritual...
Wow. And
It is. Though Santa...
what's so special about...
It's an ancient... I've spent the last year researching it, and I can...
I don't suppose...
No, only that for 1,000 years.
What can you tell me about the...
I read that the Black Madonna has been... She's called the Virgin. Some say the original was moved, but Dwayne and I know that's just a bluff.
We sure do.
What can you tell me about...
Well, dear, it was built directly. It survived the Napoleonic Wars, but the chapel is still standing.
Or a restoration.
What was that, dear?
Yes. Pearl, does this mean...
Oh, nothing, dear. Apart
What?
Judas, and you see the woman in the red.
Lady.
That's enough now, Dwayne. You know my...
Pearl knew her Gnostic onions, all right.
Then there...
Something special about it?
Back in the 30s and 40s, a chapel was the workmen uncovered amongst...
But that's amazing.
Oh, it's not...
Oh.
It was considered blasphemous. Sweetheart, I think it's time. The road to enlightenment.
'Tis the pilgrim.
It was so nice. And meet your girl.
We're not.
Take this radio, Nico. Keep an eye.
Poor little lost.
I'm not...
Don't worry, this little lamb's in safe. Bon voyage.
Bye-bye.
See ya. Nico, don't even...
Little lamb.
Let's focus on the task. Okay. This...
You're right. We.
A modern plaster altar. I hoped this would... Hey, Nico!
Good.
Pearl was right. The medallion matched... I pushed the Ouroboros. The medallion... A statue of the Madonna and Child. I decided to exhaust my other options before I started. Why didn't Mark... I'd already found the Ouroboros. There was no need... That... I pulled the Ouroboros, but it wouldn't... I pushed the Ouroboros. I pulled the... Hobbs had sketched. I'm sure, like me, Hobbs. I'm sure. The carving showed a figure in. I already had. Nope. That wouldn't work. That was. That. What was that noise? I knew it. Another secret passage.
Amazing. How did you do it?
Just another case of the old Stobart magic, I guess.
Are you scared?
Of course not. Just. Whoa, this is one dark cave.
It's the door that worries.
Well, I'm sure the door will open again if we give it a minute. No. Now we panic. Hey! I gotta say, Nico, you're pretty
Traveling with you, George? If I panicked every time a door shuts behind us, probably forever.
You're right. But you see if you can get dark. Fumbling around in the dark wasn't going to be fun. But heck, I'd spent a lifetime doing it, so... Nico was checking out the door. If she needed help... I could feel something smooth and spherical with... Using my last match... I didn't want to use my last match until I absolutely needed to. It felt cold and smooth. For a moment, I imagined falling for... But it was just my imagination running wild. The floor was solid. It was a small, short-haired. I guessed it was a tail. It was a flat surface. It was stone. There was some kind of Hey, Nico, Whoa!
It must be Genan. Ramon said he disappeared while searching the mountains for the tabula.
So this is where he ended up. Dead in a cave. Hole in the head dead. Decomposing for decades dead. And on closer inspection...
Okay, Jean. What is this?
Who knows? But look at the Gnostics.
You're right. The colors, the trees. But who?
It looks like the Virgin Mary, but
What do you mean?
the red robes and that whole It must be Mary Magdalene, of course. This place, it's...
There's got to be something to release that door. Maybe amongst these carvings.
But if it was that obvious... I needed to get closer to try that. Getting up close, but we had to figure... Gainan had certainly been busy before he blew his brains out. I wonder what he'd been up to. The photograph was of an... Someone, presumably Gainan, had taken the time to translate the inscription. At a glance, the inscription seemed to relate to the exploits of someone called... If the translation is right, the symbol... If the rest of the translation is anything to go by, the symbol G-ip-ku meant... I'd guess that means poking people with pointy sticks rather than kissing and making up. Nico,
What?
is this what I think it is? It must be the Tabula Veritatis.
So Genan did...
It's so small, so innocent looking. Why would Simeon call it evil?
And why go to such lengths to keep it hidden?
Unless it is a
The question now is, what do we...
ex luce. I'd seen the same words on the front. It was an old... It was an old... I picked up the old... It was too corroded and rusty to ever be fired. The medallion fitted... Whoa.
The light from the medallion.
This could be our ticket out of here.
If you're right, that explains why he didn't have...
The carved figure... I wondered if it was... The ornate lamp... It was a fedora, just like the one in Gainan's truck. It had to be, in which case the body had been there for... There was a bullet hole in the side of his head. Just like us, he'd been trapped. He'd chosen... A group of figures. They were all colored red. There were ancient scratches on the plinth, as if someone had moved the statue. I'm sure.
The red robes. So, who's the child?
Well, according to the Gnostic Gospels...
Oh,
Yeah,
so the Gnostics think that...
I guess so. I gave the statue a push, and it turned antique. I gave the statue another shove. a large carving of all the other figures in the scene. That would be... It was no time. I prized the map. It looked like Gannon had scrawled some kind of last testament. My friends, I know that you will eventually find me. I have decoded the tabula, and I know our destiny lies in paradise. The key to the power of... I die secure in the knowledge that you will now be... Tell my family that I died doing my duty, that I... In the light of the day, these words will fade. But rest assured that when they do, their echoes will guide us to where we... I'm not sure, but it looks like crafty old... I wondered if Ganon's notes on the photograph might... No. If Ganon's she translate... Ganon had... That was... When I moved... The writing on the map started to react to the heat. Well, I'll be darned.
What is it?
At a guess, the locations on the map... If this letter matched the one on Ganon's trend... If this letter is the same location... If the letter... Ganon... I wondered... That was the first row of symbols cracked. It was all starting to make sense. So, these are directions. Begin at Sun City, travel south 6 days. Hey, Nico!
Fun.
The Tabula Veritatis. Take a look. The inscription says to gain and hid the... It then says to travel, then turn south to the source of 4 rivers.
And what is that?
I'm not sure, but it must be important, right?
Right. Important enough for the Gnostics to... And guess what? I think I may...
You have?
Look, while you were busy playing Ancient Scholar, I found this. Well, something...
What did it do?
I'm not...
It didn't open the...
Perhaps we're missing...
Must be. If Ganon died looking for a way out, there has to be more to it than just a hidden button.
Then let's keep...
The medallion fitted snugly into the iron frame. Oil in the bowl of the lamp. Oil in the bowl of the lamp. I gave the statue another shot. Blue paint was peeling. I wondered... Hey. We...
Whatever you are doing with... Keep trying.
I gave the statue another shove. That the pillar had been sculpted in. I knew it was supposed to be the pillar had been carved into the shape. I knew it represented the tree of life. That wouldn't work.
That sounded like something important.
I gave the statue another shove. I wondered if, in the unfulfilled dream, nothing had happened. I knew it represented the tree of life. Oil in the bowl of the lamp fed. The medallion fitted snugly into the iron frame. The medallion fitted snugly into the iron. I did. I did. Hey, we need.
Whatever you are doing with that lens and the statue seems... Keep trying that.
Oil and. Nothing had happened. I gave the statue another shove. Nothing had happened. Nothing had happened. I gave the statue another shove. Nothing had... Nothing had happened. Nothing had happened.